Hello everyone, Anticel here, back with another video for Hearts of Iron 4, and today it is King's Day in the Netherlands and I'll be having a look at another monarchy. I'm going for Norway. Now why Norway? Norway has a very nice monarchy focus path once you get into it, and that's quite difficult. Bittersteel did a good video on it already, but after that Paradox changed a few things, making it even more of a minefield. You need to take a lot of decisions and you need to take them at the right time, otherwise you're stuck. Kind of like another country I did a guide on a while back. So let's head into Norway. If you're looking for the achievement guides for Norway, I pretty much did all the achievements associated with Norway in one campaign, and I think you can do it with this method. I will be forming the North Sea Empire with territories from the United Kingdom, and the associated peace deals should get you the territories you need for those achievements, or get you quite strong and up there to make it no problem. So all the research will not be using MIOs, at least not until we have what we want with PP. Third research tile, I would go for transports. You need them eventually, and otherwise you'll just forget about them. Marines are also on the short-term wish list, so don't forget about those. Build queue will line up 4 dockyards, and we'll build up with the early destroyer. We'll build 1 of those and exercise our navy until we have 10 XP. We'll select these 2 infantry divisions, put them in an army, select the other 8 and delete them, and we'll exercise these indefinitely, get some experience going. We have 2 military factories, they're fine on what they are, and we'll add some future artillery, truck, anti-air, and trains to the queue, all for the future. And we'll start with the stumbling storting. 5 speed, let's go. Norway really has a manpower problem, and it's not going to get any better anytime soon. So we're going to have to make some choices. We will follow the focus tree all the way down the monarchist path, which is over here. Get all those lovely claims and get Denmark and Iceland and some parts of Sweden if they will hand them to us. Denmark we can fight if we have to. Sweden will be very difficult. Stortling stumbling done, and we will go towards the Royal Chamberlain's overture. Fun fact, this guy will be in charge of the country, but he's not the king, he's the chamberlain. Took me ages to find out about that. 10 naval XP, let's line up a early destroyer with a light battery and a torpedo launcher for the future, and just set all of these to join the fleet. Royal Chamberlain's overture is done. We need to take some decisions before we're going on, so we'll hold off on taking any focuses until we have 150 PP. A few moments later, 150 PP, and we'll press all of these decisions. We are now too low on war support to have our current conscription law, but not to worry, we'll get it done. This focus will raise our war support again, so we'll send the storting home. We'll also do assure the population and demand King Haakon's rise to power. Send the storting home and we'll assure the population. You can see our war support is back up there. Stability, not so much. Transport ships are in. We'll do construction next. Tools, we'll switch to dispersed industry. Mechanical computing after this one, we'll take the Marines. Assure the population is done, we'll demand King Haakon's rise to power. A few decisions have been added here. Promote the armed forces of Norway, raises your war support. Not by much, but enough. You need to take this one 4 times, so start with that one. Why is that important? Because we want to go for Shield of the North and we need 55% war support. This is essential. Then we need to take to prop up the economy 3 times, because that will eventually get rid of the hard 30s. That's the only way to get rid of that spirit in the current focus path. If we do not get rid of that focus, of that spirit, we will not be able to take this focus, and this entire section will become locked to us. And in addition, we need to do 2 more monarchist decisions. I'll leave a link of all this wish list in the description of the video. But for now, just keep in mind we are on a time schedule here, so every time one of these decisions is done, click the next one. Fascists harass left Trotsky. This one will hurt our stability a little, but hey, we're barely have any left anyway. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We'll get rid of Trotsky and the fascist influence. Second time, promote armed defense. We'll do Crown's executive powers and warden king. We will not do this one yet, because if we take this focus and finish it, these decisions will disappear. If they disappear, we cannot get enough war support, and we cannot get rid of the hard 30s. So keep an eye on that. Crown's executive powers, warden king, and then we'll do 2 focuses here to get some military factories. Third time, promote armed defense of Norway and some free stability. We also got a bit more political power, and we'll get the compliant politician for more political power gain. Fourth time, promote the armed defense. We need a few more political power, and at least that one's out of the way. We need a little bit more war support after this one, but we'll get an attaché to China, which has other advantages. Warden king is done, and we'll start rearmament. Let's take 2 of these decisions to get monarchist support. Need to wait a bit to prop up the economy, and click. We'll do kickstart military industry, and the second time, prop up the economy, kickstart military industry, and we can now take the Kingdom of Norway. We need to do 1 more prop up the economy, but we have time. And here we go. As you can see, it will remove the hard 30s. It's 1937, we have 135 PP experience. We can stop exercising indefinitely and just go to exercise level 3. Meanwhile, we have finished the Kingdom of Norway, and we will now appoint Prince Olaf, power to the Royal Guard, King and Prince, and then Shield of the North. Let's now also take the first trench warfare and tip of the spear. Alright, we now have 10 divisions. Let's see if we can convert them all to Marines, and yes, we can. Here goes Japan versus China, so we'll go to China and send them an attaché, which will, when they accept, put us over 55% war support, which is just what we need. We just have to click through some annoying pop-ups every now and then about the Japanese complaining about our attaché. I'm going to research medium tanks and engineers too later, so I'll be going for flame tanks to support my companies. So we'll also need fuel. Now that we have transports, we can set up a naval invasion from Kristiansand and surround the port of Esbjerg. Next 100 PP and we'll get the decisive battle expert. We'll also get King Haakon as an admiral for our main battle fleet. For the king and the prince is done, and we'll do Shield of the North. Getting this one with 55% required war support is the real challenge of getting the Kingdom of Norway, and I just showed you how to get it. Shield of the North is done. We'll now do our royal claims and then do all of these decisions. We'll do Iceland, Eirik Raudes land, claims on Faroe Islands, claims on Denmark, and then claims on Sweden. You really need to do all these things for 70 days, so this one's 35, but yeah. Getting a naval theorist so I can get those marine doctrines a little cheaper. And we'll go into Iceland. That's Iceland. And they are accepting. These are RNG decisions. You can influence with relations, but you have to slog through this anyway. In my earlier test run, I did claims on Denmark first. They accepted, and then they refused Faroe Islands, which meant all their troops were on Faroe Islands. That was not a good game. 150 PvP, and we'll get the Army Offense Genius. 15% division attack. He's worth it. With Iceland in the fold, we'll set occupation to local police force and put those cavalry on it, saving a few hundred manpower. Erik Raudesland, they accept. Now we can go for the Faroe Islands, only 35 days this time. Well, they're accepting Faroe, and now we will go for Denmark proper. We'll go for partial mobilization now. And we'll try to create an agency. We'll have to cancel our trades then. Now we can create an agency. We need an agency to get a non-aggression treaty with the Germans. Diplomatic training. I'll just get one spy. Our queen has died, minus 5% stability. Claims on Denmark is done. We'll do claims on Sweden now. We're going for this scoring decision. And Denmark accepts. We get a free Denmark. We do not get their navy or any other stuff. That's too bad though. Would have been better if they had refused, I guess. But still, we got Denmark. It's gotta count for something. Denmark gave us a few factories, so we'll keep building dockyards. Now, if Sweden refuses, we're not going to attack them. I don't have the army for it. We'll just sit on our hands a bit. December 38, and I do dare to go for MIO research. We have enough PP and not a big wish list anymore. An interesting take to get is the Radio Intelligence Genius. I don't know exactly what initiative does, but it sounds really good. I looked it up. Initiative does two things. It increases the reinforcement chance and it increases planning speed bonus. I suppose that's a good thing. We'll get him later. Claims from Sweden. We get a war goal instead of the territories. Doesn't really matter. We have 2 years to take it, so we'll get to them later. We'll first get Bjarnland and then consolidate the kingdom. That'll at least get us course on Denmark itself. March 39, we should be getting going on that non-aggression treaty with the Germans, so we'll improve relations and get our spy on there, and just keep an eye on this button. Non-aggression treaty is signed. Let's get you out of here. Engineer 2 is done, as is medium tanks, so we'll get the medium flame tank. We pretty much always go for something like this. The Soviets refuse, they almost always do that, but we'll get a course on Faroe Island, Greenland, Iceland, and a few others, the states of Denmark. Let's consolidate the kingdom, see what happens with our manpower. It's not spectacular, but it'll get up there. We can do encourage recruitment for some more manpowers, promote civilian donations for some factories because of the consumer goods. There's also a very good one here, building an independent Norway with a lot of factories and political power gain. Get that one first. And we'll get some orders going for a war against the UK. Once we go to war with the UK, we also need a few port guards. So I'll assign those. Here goes Germany versus Poland, and World War II is gonna go. We need 50% world tension to get in on this, so we'll have to wait a bit. It'll get there, I'm sure. Independent Norway is done. We'll do Iron here, and then the other one for more manpower, encourage recruitment. Okay, I got a few port guards. I'll get those Marines fixed up now. Make them something like this. That gives us no deficits, so these guys will be alright once they're trained up. We don't really have the manpower to upgrade these reserve divisions, so we'll just flip them once we go to extensive conscription. Stop at pop-ups, please, and we'll go for war with the UK now. Here's justification for England. We'll declare war. So we can then do extensive conscription and war economy. Germans should still like us, might invite us to our faction. I'm actually hoping they will, so we'll flip these guys to the Binaire Division and we'll edit those a little with support artillery, engineers, medium flame tanks, and support anti-air. Do we have all that? Well, mostly. We don't have the manpower, but hopefully that trickles in now. Kind of want in on this, guys. Oh wait, I've got my own faction, of course. And now we can join the Axis. I'll consider these guys good enough. Let's take the gamble. We'll set our main battle fleet to strike force and hope we slip through. We'll set our submarines to convoy rating and basically a suicide mission also just to get through. And we'll now just wait. Yeah, let's get that initiative guy. Radio intelligence. The manpower is here and our naval invasion is launching. We just had to be patient a little. Naval invasion support. Let's stop the exercise of the reserve army and just get them to the port and hope we get lucky here. Let's also at least try to keep the Germans out of here. I want to encircle London if possible. So we'll deny them supply. Doesn't always work, in fact it usually doesn't, but well, we'll have to try. That's London encircled and pretty much the UK under control. What do we need from North Sea Empire? Control Skane, Bohuslän. Ooh, that's Swedish territory. Ew. Okay, so I still have to go after Sweden. That's fine. %, better than Italy. Inclined to say it's good enough. That's the UK cleared out. 26%, it's not gonna get any better than this. This is actually a very good run, considering what I had to work with. Let's finish the war with the Allies and make something of the peace deal. Many options to choose from. There are quite a few achievements associated with Norway. So if you're looking for those, have a look at the wiki. For instance, you have Choose Your Fighter as Norway with Peder Jarlsberg as country leader, which we have. Own Telemark, Gloucestershire, Normandy, Lombardia and Holland. That's pretty much not what we are going to do right here. But if we were, we would get at least Gloucester and Normandy. Lombardia is part of Italy, and well, Holland, we can also get that one. So that's one setup. Another achievement is Northern Light. As a Scandinavian country, form your own faction and have Denmark, Sweden, Norway and Finland in it. Yeah, we're pretty busy conquering them and then you can release them. I'm sure that'll work. Norway Jose, as Norway, own and control every Mexican core. Well, that's all the way over here. Best way to do that is to grab Canada and go for Sweden, form any of your formable nations for some manpower, grab US, grab Mexico, done. And Pinot Noir, as Norway, own and control the state of Bourgogne. That's also in here somewhere. Here it is, the wine region Bourgogne. We could take that as well. I'm going in this game for the North Sea Empire, which means I'll take as many of these UK states as possible and then Sweden and form it. See if I can grab Canada for future purposes and more partying. These are the states we need here. So let's do that shopping list here now. I'll still go for it and grab Canada. And that's it already. All the points gone. Confirm exit. Let's double check. North Sea Empire. We just need Skane and Bohuslän. Let's get those and get this out of the way. Also, the UK apparently still exists. Apparently no one ever bothered to take Ghana, and the UK still has troops there. Luckily I took their fleet, otherwise this would be guarded by the Royal Navy and you'd never be done with them. But we do have to get rid of them at some point. Everyone's in position. Let's go. Australia has capitulated. We got phantom guys here. Australia is out. Sweden's not in a faction, and UK is a major still, with only one territory. This should be interesting. Here's the decision. Restore the North Sea Empire. North Sea Kingdom. Yeah, whatever. Nice red white flag. Sad to see the purple go, but hey. And we have 1.56 million manpower. Surrender limit 50%. Come on, Paradox, if you're watching this, remove these kind of buffs for countries, especially for AI. No one is enjoying having to go up here to surrender a country. Please. Jesus, man. Alright, that was more trouble than it was worth. For some reason, the United Kingdom did get capitulated. I have no idea why. I mean, I didn't do it. And we now are still the North Sea Kingdom. The Kalmar Union and Nordic Council have disappeared, but I do believe it's worth it to get the UK as your course instead of the rest of Sweden. So this is definitely a win. December 1940, and the North Sea Kingdom is ready for all of its achievements. If you were going for the cheesy achievement, you probably would have taken a few different territories here, but you can always just go up against the Axis as well. As soon as they're attacking the USSR, they are vulnerable. Mexico can be obtained through the United States. You have the manpower and you have the industry to build up a nice army in about half a year and go against the United States while they're busy with Japan. This concludes the guide for the North Sea Empire as the Kingdom of Norway. Basically your route to every achievement you could want with Norway. If you like this video, leave a like, comment or subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.